everyone. What does the future hold for equity markets? We all know that 2011 was a very tricky year for stock markets. So is the outlook for 2012 much brighter? Let's welcome Frédéric Buzaré, equity strategist at Dexia Asset Management, who will today focus on these questions. Hello, Frédéric.
Hello, Asha.
Thank you for joining me. So I was just pointing out that 2011 was a tricky year for stock markets. Could you briefly tell us where we stand today? And are we finally in the same configuration as in 2008?
This is indeed a replay in the making. We are witnessing a deep crisis of confidence leading to dysfunctional equity market. We have forced sellers across the board, and we have a strong need of a sharp and unconventional policy response. So on balance, a sense of anxiety is very high and markets are driven by extreme binary outcome.
Well, Frédéric, my next question may seem provocative. Do equity markets still have a future?
This is a natural concern after a last decade and given the situation I described previously, but equity markets are necessary blood to the real economy. So equity market will survive, but we have to go through a very tough period of time, and in a short term, equity market remains slave to politics.
In that case, what should investors do? On which type of stocks should they focus on?
The world has changed, so it is important to be aware of the rules which are governing these new worlds. We are in a political economy. Growth and funding will be constrained, so it means that the traditional boundaries are not necessarily valid anymore. I think that we will witness a shift of wealth from Europe rentier economies to Europe entrepreneurial economies.
So what we should understand is investors should probably focus on growth values rather than private income values.
Exactly. Growth will be scarce, so I think growth companies will benefit from a multiple expansion, and I mentioned that we are in a political economy. It means that profit generation will be highly scrutinized by politicians and public opinion. So it means that profit generation should be tied to innovation, investment. Otherwise, you need to be penalized.
In that case, probably I think the best way to illustrate this is by giving us maybe some examples.
Yeah, we like international driven companies, we like innovative companies, growth companies, and just to name a few names, I will mention Fresenius in the healthcare business, I will mention Givaudan and Syngenta in the material space, and also Nestlé. These companies are growing irrespective of the macro environment, they are gaining market share, and they are extracting profit, not just by cost cutting, but also by creating jobs and innovating. And I think that's important. That's a target in the new world.
Well, Frédéric, you seem pretty confident about the future of equity markets.
The future of equity market is highly conditional. So I think we need to stay pragmatic. Let's see how politics will respond. I am pretty sure that we are getting closer to a tipping point where I think equity market will bounce back.
Well, Frédéric, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.
It seems that it is not the end of equity markets yet. There are still opportunities ahead, but we need to remain cautious. And of course, we will continue to keep a very close eye on the evolution of equity markets and come back with more news. Thank you very much and goodbye.